Nice.
What's up, guys? It's Steve with hapgaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Erik.
And Kelly.
And this week we watched. Oh yeah, there's no Jason or Ricky here. Just pointing that out. It is an epic episode of 2.5 stars.
Well, we're gonna watch Dumb and Dumber. We can't have the people in the movie on the podcast as well.
It's hard to talk about it, when they're here. So, so let's see. This week we watched Dumb and Dumber, directed by Peter and Bobby Farley. Is it Farley or Fairley? Fairley, probably, right?
The Fairley brothers.
I'm gonna say Fairley.
Yeah.
Written by Peter Farrelly and Bennett Yellen. This guy has got a good last name, I have to say. Starring Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, and Lauren Holly. IMDb synopsis: the cross-country adventures of two good-hearted but incredibly stupid friends. So what'd you guys think?
I liked it a lot.
I did too.
Yeah, it's like amazing. I as a woman in her 30s, let's just say, I'm not going to give you my age. Who are you for me to do that? A lot of times I get asked in online or whatever, what's your favorite movie? And instantly this movie comes to mind. And I always feel bad for having this my favorite movie, because most women are like, oh, The Notebook, this a romantic movie. And I have liked romantic movies in the past. I do like some, but not on the same level as this. My favorite romantic movie, is 50 First Dates. So I mean, it's a little different.
Yeah.
So I always go, okay, I rack my brain for something more intelligent or more like dramatic, and I'm like, I like Sound of Music and classics like Wizard of Oz and stuff like that, but they're not the ones that go ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Like, always this one. Always this one.
It's got to be a movie that you can just put on and watch or have in the background or whatever, and it doesn't matter. Like, you enjoy it every time you watch it. There's not like, oh, I'm in a bad mood, I can't watch this movie. Like, I really like Shawshank Redemption, but I can't watch that movie all the time. If I'm not feeling great, I don't want to watch Shawshank, That's a real fucking depressing movie until you get to the very end.
For movies like that. And I can put it on anytime, and I do.
Yeah. And it's on TV a lot too, so it really helps. And it's not a movie that needs to be edited, so it's not something you're watching and going, you watch it again and you're like, oh, whoa, okay, I don't remember ever watching that. It's because I think the only part that's ever edited, and that's just rarely, is when Lloyd is daydreaming and what's her name takes her top off, and then it's the headlights. It's the only part that's ever edited that I remember.
Either that or the skirt being lifted up.
Yeah.
With the butt cheek.
Yeah.
I like that part.
They didn't have to change words around on TBS, or whatever it was on, the freaking, and you could totally see it in the lips or anything weird like that. For the my parents sure didn't have a problem with us watching it, because we were watching it all the time, and there's nothing really that bad in it.
No. That was what I had a problem with the new one, was it got just really raunchy in some of the parts, and it was like that's not what Dumb and Dumber is.
It doesn't need that.
It's like it says in the synopsis, it's two idiots just, being themselves and stuff like that. And then they just kind of went really dirty with some of the jokes in the second one. And I was like, I mean, I laugh at, stuff like that, but it was like, that's not Dumb and Dumber to me.
No, most of the time idiots aren't raunchy. You don't think that, they're dumb.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Lloyd when he's trying to impress all the rich people in his fucking fantasy, and he's just doing the stupidest fucking like jokes that children would do and think are funny.
He's not being all debonair or whatever.
Farting on a fucking lighter and just like throwing food into his face.
Yeah.
So yeah,
farting on a lighter.
Fucking love this movie.
Well, and the second one had they did a whole bunch of the jokes again, but they were so predictable it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
It's like seeing sometimes people's faces. You can there's kind of a thing where you can watch like that one guy, Andrew Dice Clay, a whole bunch of times, and he's funny every time because he's just like so outlandish.
Yeah.
But when they're doing stuff where you think they're going to be saying one thing like and you totally redeem yourself part. Okay, you can't do that exact same thing with the exact same, like, so like in the second one they do that again.
Yeah.
But what they should have done was, and then you totally screw yourself and just went the other way, and you'd be like, what? But where he does something good.
Yeah.
Like he comes back with like a Lamborghini or whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be a car. Obviously, it would be better if it wasn't another vehicle, but you know, the equivalent of trading the van for a Lambo, and then the guy's like, well, now what are we going to do with this thing? You can't even get in the car.
Oh, man. Yeah. I just, like, when they find the money is great, because they've been going this whole time. The whole fucking, you know, first half of this movie is them with no money. They're trying to figure out how to make it across country, and they've been carrying fucking millions of dollars. Like, I mean, I don't know how much cash is in that. Did they ever say or whatever? It had to be
it's
just,
a lot.
it was just so much. They're buying fucking cars and weird costumes. I don't know what else to call it. It's not like real clothes. It feels like they bought costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Well, they are later made into Halloween costumes, so it kind of works. You know, I get it. Yeah, I love how he counts out the papers. Like, you want to hang on to this one. It's definitely worse or whatever that line is. That's like one of the lines I'm not 100% on. Because I am that friend who everyone knows, one person like this, who will quote the movie the entire time. And I'm so bad on this. And or bad or good, however you look at it. But
I think it's cute.
Stop myself. I have to say the lines. There's some really great lines in this movie.
Well, so at work, before Jordan went on to a different job, me and him would, this is just what we would do. Like, we would throw out lines, like something would happen and he'd be, you know, I think it was something about him going to pick up a piece of equipment from a patient's house or something like that. And, you know, he would be like, trade it for the van, straight up. And it would just make me laugh every time. Or, you know, every time he'd leave, I'm like, don't you go dying on me.
Yeah.
So, it's not a great thing to say in the healthcare industry, but whatever.
That's not the worst thing to say, you know.
And
I mean, it's like break a leg.
Yeah. Well, and then there was people in show business. There was a I don't know. There was something at work. We had some meeting, and somebody was trying to remember a name, and they started just saying stuff. So I started doing the shwummy, 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 shwummy. And then at the end, I was like, Samsonite. Fucking knew it. I didn't cuss, but I was like, I knew it. Started with an S. Everybody looked at me, and they're like, what? And they didn't even get it. I was like, you guys suck so bad.
I hate when people don't get your lines and stuff that you're doing. It's like, who are you?
Do you guys not watch any movies? Are you not cultured? What the hell's wrong with you?
I know.
So basically, you and Jordan were like the full-time Archer staff.
Yeah.
Like all the support staff.
Pretty much.
If you guys were probably a little bit more Tolkien-esque, it would have been a little closer match.
Just gonna yell out, you know, phrasing all the time and shit.
Yeah.
Now basically it's just a lot of when somebody says something, it's a lot of that's what she says. So, because
that fits. I mean, you know what I didn't remember for the longest time after I first seen this movie was the weird rape scene in the middle of the movie.
Oh, where he's in the in the stall,
where he went to his happy place, and then it shows him sucking his thumb in the stall. It's like, and that guy, I mean, it shows his face, and he's not struggling, so.
Yeah.
Bad things, me too for that guy. Lloyd Christmas, hashtag me too.
Seabass is one of the only ones that I remember seeing, like, besides Harry and Lloyd in the second one. I don't remember if they, like, I know they brought back Billy, but I don't know if it was the same actor. I think it was a different actor in the new movie. So
I thought it was the same actor.
Is it?
What about Freda Felcher? Was that the same actor?
They never had
Freda. She didn't show up in the movie.
I know, I'm joking.
Oh no, okay. It is the same guy. It's the same guy.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Because that's a movie I'm only going to see once. Yeah. I don't need to re-see it. Nope. Nothing for me there.
Yeah, not doing it for you. So I guess, two people. That's the only ones I remember. Maybe there were more. I just don't remember anything else. I kind of wish they had the "Don't You Go Dying on Me" lady, because she was still alive when they made the second movie. I think she passed away after that. So she totally
was going to help him out.
Yeah.
And then he had to say those lines, and she's like, I'll show him that.
Yeah, that son of a bitch. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I don't know which one of us would transform their fucking car into a dog, but I feel like I would transform my car into a dog.
I don't know. I mean,
I just don't have the money to do it.
Definitely do that because I've done similar things to other things that I own.
Yeah.
Not change anything into a dog, but definitely modify stuff. Well, I mean, if you look at like places we've lived and other things, like I have drastically changed things. I mean, I was thinking about it, Steve. If you and I were both 70 IQ points lower, we would be Harry and Lloyd. I would be Harry and you would be Lloyd, just based on the clothing attire and hairstyles.
Yeah.
I mean, I have, weird hair like Harry, and you have, well, it's the closer to bald than Harry, so that's what I'm going with.
Oh, damn it.
Pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Plus, you're not good at reading and talking.
Oh, yeah. No, not at all.
Host
Anul.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a difficult one.
I feel like you definitely flubbed somebody's name when you were reading at the beginning, and they were like, it was like Johnson. It was something that bad. I'm like, did he just go Johansson?
Johansson.
Oh shit! I'm not saying shit about that. Ricky's over there like.
Oh man, fucking.
I mean, at least he's trying. I mean, fuck, dude. Like, that's the education system failing again. That's all it is. It's all their fault.
Are you gonna bring up education? Did you? I assume you guys have watched Dumb and Dumber, that pile of shit that they released. I don't know, a while ago.
A long time ago. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know what they were doing there. I mean, it was bad. It wasn't a good movie. Freaking, you got Jim's dad in there, because I never remember his real name. Jim's dad from American Pie.
Oh yeah. Levine or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. Is it Eugene?
No, Eugene Levy.
Yeah, there you go. I got it. I mean, I combined them.
Yeah, we got it.
Did it.
With our powers combined, we became a shitty Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
Yeah, so what was so bad about that one? Was it, I mean, obviously there was a lot of bad, but like, was it the wrong actors for the thing, or the script? What was the most bad about that movie?
I think it was they were just trying to do all the jokes again. Like, every time they do another Dumb and Dumber movie, they just try to do the jokes again. There's like a bathroom scene in there, and you got Bob Saget, which I actually kind of found was funny, but still, there's another bathroom scene where, Harry's just blowing up a fucking bathroom. And it's just like, okay, you're gonna do another.
Funny every time.
I laughed.
They just gotta make the fart noises different, and then it's funny.
Yeah.
Have his feet up in a different position.
I like how he laughs at his own bathroom. Got that squeaker.
Oh man, yeah.
That's what made it so authentic.
Oh,
that's the only, to my knowledge, poop humor that
you laughed at.
I can agree. Yeah.
I seen you laugh when we were watching that Deadbeat show, and it had him shitting his pants.
Was she laughing at the thing, or was she laughing at you? Because you exploded into laughter.
Still counts. Still counts.
You were kicking and hyperventilating.
I thought I was gonna die because I was literally laughing so hard I was seeing stars.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was laughing really hard. I thought it was hilarious.
I think that was still when we were watching the shows together, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you were just fucking blowing up the thing. I could barely hear the show at that point.
He already seen it beforehand, so he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And still didn't tone it down much. I mean, really.
I just can't help myself. It's funny.
It's one of those moments we should have just streamed that part of it, us watching the thing. So, because that would be pretty funny. God damn it. Yeah. The fucking the hitmen in this were really bad. They were just like they got the dumbest fucking hitman they could.
I think this is the most realistic hitman that there's ever been in a show. I mean, think about.
Have you seen the fucking interviews of that Iceman guy or whatever the hell his name is? Guy is fucking scary.
But I've read the news about the mafia hitmen that like, oh yeah, they got caught in the Wiener Schnitzel with the dead body in the back of literally in the back seat. Like, they're stupid. Of course, they actually killed the guy.
Yeah.
So that's a little better, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Fucking goofballs.
But that whole scene when he dies is fucking hilarious. Just them trying the fucking peppers out. Just
pills are good.
Yeah.
Pills are good.
Yeah. A great message for kids right there too.
Did you know the pills were actually, or pills, that the rat poison was actually Smarties?
Oh, nice. I would have been fine with that.
Oh my God. I want him to I want to choke and have somebody just shove Smarties in my mouth. So good. I love Smarties.
Love Smarties.
Like, I can only finish if I have Smarties in my mouth.
Oh man. And we're talking about American Smarties, if there's anybody international. Smarties are apparently something different in Britain.
No,
are they those big wafer suckers that we call like
so
starts with an N here?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Wafers to start with an N.
Yeah, they're giant. They're like this big, and they have like a really gross chocolate one.
No. Okay, Smarties are a different thing. They're a chocolate candy, and they're like little tiny. I don't know. They look kind of like M&Ms. Is the only thing I can think that they look like.
Oh my God, are they sixlets?
Maybe.
No way.
Wait, hold on. Let's see what sixlets.
They could totally sixlets. Did you ever discover them when you were like? I discovered them when I was a teenager.
Oh, those thingies. Yeah, I see them, Steve.
Yeah.
They do look like M&Ms, but they're probably like a Willy Wonka, those powdery thingies. What are they called? I don't know.
Snozberries?
Are they chocolate? Oh, they are chocolate.
Yeah, they're chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I'll bet you they're better chocolate than what we have here, though, because they tend to have better candy, like better chocolates in other countries than we do, because we put all kinds of weird, gross shit in our chocolate. So.
Yeah, you can get. Usually, you can get the weird stuff like that. Not weird, sorry. Different to us in America at like World Market. They usually have the actual, UK stuff.
Yeah,
you can difference. Eric, a couple years ago, was on a big kick of getting different
Toblerones, baby. I love those things.
Candies from different places.
Oh yeah. But I can't eat any candy now. Stupid fucking diet shit.
Oh no, you're healthier now.
I know, it's such a disaster. Well, my stupid pancreas or whatever is in charge of that shit. Just as like late.
I'm in charge here.
Basically, what happened is when I started getting fat, my thing was like, "Fuck you! I'm not doing my job anymore. I'm gonna retire. I'm going into retirement, bitch." I think that happens to a lot it's does. Just like
because
I've had enough. I can't deal with this much sugar,
prevalent.
Man. I can't deal with it. It's too much sugar. You're a fucking maniac. And then we do stuff to it, you just have to quit eating sugar, and that sucks ass because, then you're like addicted to it. I mean, I was watching some lady in a thing, and her kid was crying, and she like put some sugary shit in the kid's mouth, and the kid's like, oh, it looked like me when I ate a big fucking candy. I'm like, oh my God, I was doing that to myself. Oh, I want some candy. Fuck.
Oh man. I like the whole the gala scene where they're first they walk in the suits, the fucking ridiculous suits that I really want. And the guy's like, this is what is it, like $100 a plate or $500 a plate thing? Come on, Kelly.
It was like $500. Yeah. We'll take 4.
Yeah. In case we get hungry later.
Well, because, I mean, obviously at a place like that, when you see 2 people that walk like that, you're like, oh God, we're going to have to kick you out because 1, you're going to cause trouble, and 2, you just don't belong looks wise. We have a certain, look here, and you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Or you're so rich, we can get so much money out of you because you're super eccentric. Like,
yeah. Well,
I can see. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying a lot of wealthy people are eccentric. Like other day I was watching The Office, and they were trying to do the Pretty Woman bit with Dwight, and they were trying to teach him how to be a proper gentleman. And you know, him with his yellow shirt and his yellow tie and his like brown jacket, it's all yucky and it goes together. And he's like, what? I have to match less to look more, you know, rich or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm obviously butchering the line, and I'm sorry because I just heard it yesterday. But he's just like, what? And that's the truth. If you see like a really rich dude, they're not always like, you know, uniform, perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying right now to be an eccentric guy, because now all the super rich eccentric guys wear t-shirts and shorts. I could fit right in.
Yeah,
you need to wear a
I've got
hoodie
a t-shirt
with
on right now. I have underwear on, not shorts, because I don't wear pants unless I have to.
Who wears pants at home? I mean, really.
Oh man.
Holy shit. You want to talk about weirdo though? If you want to see some like of the weirdest facial expressions that's disturbing, I just seen this little clip of Mark Zuckerberg in England getting grilled by these UK, I don't know, prime ministers or something. Some kind of fancy UK should have been wearing a powdered wig type of guys. And they were, you know what they were? European Union guys. Whatever they were. It was bizarre because he looked like, I swear to fuck, it was a robot. They had a fucking fleshed out, fully realistic automaton, because he's like he should play the next Data. He was fucking it was like unsettling to watch.
Well,
I was like,
that's why they've been working on AI for ever. They've been trying to make a Zuckerberg robot so they don't have to send him out.
Dude, I'm serious though. When you watch it, send me your assessment of it, because it's like, what the fuck? This guy made Facebook. I am so scared for all of the women's breasticle pictures that have been sent on any Facebook thing, because he's seen them all. He actually kind of looks like he's got a porno overload, and that's why he's dead inside.
Well, I gotta say one thing. Tom from MySpace didn't look that way.
No,
he had light behind his eyes.
And they killed him for it.
Yeah, but
fucking roll him up on a carpet and tossed him in the East River.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's from New York, whatever, but it seems like
he could be killed there. You just send him a letter, please come to New York for this free thing. Yeah. And he's like, well, MySpace isn't doing so good, I'll go there. And then pow, and then they roll him up, and then they push him off into the chocolate factory river.
Oh man.
I've decided that if I get murdered by somebody, I want Willy Wonka to murder me by tying chocolate weights to my feet and throwing me in that chocolate river. That's not so bad. I mean, it'd be warm. Like, think about that. You get smothered in nice warm chocolate while you're probably, well, I mean, you guys know.
It's going to be a really good temperature, because they can't obviously have it cold or else it'll get hardened.
Yeah.
Can't be too hot or else it'll ruin the chocolate and get it all burnt. Yeah.
We're talking like
I almost said refrigerator. Have you ever melted chocolate too long in a microwave? It's nasty. Like, looks wise and everything. You'd like dump the shit out.
I have a confession that's a Dumb and Dumber confession. Oh. So I was watching a cooking show as a kid, and I discovered that Hershey's Kisses are the same thing as a Hershey's bar. The same chocolate.
Okay.
I didn't know that. So I had a Hershey's bar wrapper, which, as you guys remember back in the day, had aluminum foil in it. So I go, I know what I'll do. I'll just I'll unwrap the Hershey's Kisses, and then I'll put them in this wrapper, and I'll microwave it, and it'll be delicious. I'll then let it cool, and I can make myself a Hershey's bar. Fuck, because I was basically just tired of stealing the stupid Hershey's Kisses from my dad. He always had like bags of them everywhere, so I just go grab a handful, and you got to fucking unravel them. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was pooping some of the wrappers some of the time because I wasn't the best at getting the wrappers off. I'm just like,
sorry, I'm somehow picturing
that one went
that's
down.
Not a good thing.
No,
so
I nuke it, and I look in there, and you can see the electrical arcing inside the microwave, and I'm like, so I take it out, and it smells really bad. I'm like, that cooking show is bullshit. And I threw it away.
Damn it, dude.
I thought the lady was full of shit, and all I had to do was heat it up over, in like a pan or something.
Yeah, and so fucking Harry with his nice Hooters line was pretty great.
Yeah,
it's just like I could see myself saying something fucking dumb like that because I'm an idiot, and so. My boss actually does this thing where he'll stand because we in the pharmacy we have counters and so we all sit on the stools or we just stand there. So he'll stand there and he does something. He does the thing that that Lloyd does when he says he's gonna put out the vibe and he sticks his ass out.
I love that part.
So my boss will do that.
Putting out the vibe.
That's what I say. I'm like, dude, what are you doing putting the vibe out? What are you doing? He's like, what are you talking about? He has no idea what I'm talking about. I would tell Jordan that and he would laugh really hard because we knew what I was talking about. Yeah. I was like, stop putting the vibe out, man. There's just dudes back here. Stop it.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Do you think Jason's putting the vibe out right now for other Jason down in Napa?
Manti?
He's pushing up on a thing and he's just like,
oh man, I'm just gonna stand here and put out the vibe.
Yeah. Come over here. I want to get closer to that ponytail.
Damn it.
Do you use conditioner on it? Here, let me smell it.
Yuck. So, Eric, what is your favorite part or line of this movie?
Favorite part or line? When he lifts the skirt up, I'm not going to lie. That's my favorite part.
Oh, man.
There's been, okay, I first seen this movie, I was probably 12 or something, and it's totally inappropriate to do. That's why I didn't do it. But every boy wants to do that at some point in time, just like reach over and like try and look up and not get caught. You can't. It's impossible unless you get like, basically the girl whispers in your ear, pull up my skirt. Other than that, it's just no. And it's just funny. He's like, it's one of those stupid dream things, where you like think, you have like those dumb dreams where people's boobs are weird and stuff. Like fucking Gary Busey's face is like the shape of one of their nipples. And you're like, what the fuck?
What the hell, man?
It's the weirdest birth defect I've ever seen.
Oh, man. I'd have to say mine would be "Don't You Go Dying on Me" part. Because it reminds me of Eric and I when it comes to money. Like us walking, we don't have any fucking money, and we walk out with all the dumb shit that we can find, that kind of thing. But on the internet side, we buy the dumbest shit we can on the internet and stuff like that.
RTX.
Yeah.
I have like $50, and I'm like, I've spent all of it, and then some more money that I borrowed from a gentleman here.
Yeah. And then just that whole line, "Don't you go dying on me," was fucking hilarious. I use it, as much as I can. What about you, Kelly?
I don't even know why I asked this question because I honestly can't find an answer. I'm racking my brain for my very favorite because I love after Petey dies, they go, we've got no food, we've got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off. Like, I just think that's a thing.
Yeah.
Well,
he was pretty old.
He's old. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Not the yourself one, but it's in the same scene. We don't got enough money to eat. We don't have enough money to sleep. That's just so dumb. And I love this part too. Like, so I know it's hard not to get excited about.
That's all right.
It's a good movie.
I know where Lloyd is telling Harry that I bet you I can get you betting at the end of the day. And he goes, no, you can't. And then he finally goes, fine. And he goes, oh, I'm going to get you. And like, that was a bet right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them had no idea.
Yeah. That's a great part too.
That totally reminded me of Jason. Like, to me, that was the most Jason-ish thing in the world where, no, you'll never get me to bet.
Well, and the fact that Jason doesn't bet too. So you've got that going also.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He doesn't bet? What, has he got a gambling problem?
No, he doesn't like to waste his money on stuff. He's very much like, if I have money, I'm not gonna spend it, or I'm not gonna like. I've tried to take him to the casino because I fucking love going to the casino, especially since I don't have any money. You know, it's the best thing to do when you don't have any money. He will not. If he goes, he doesn't do anything. He's you know.
Well, I
won't
agree,
gamble at
Jason.
all.
I've been to Las Vegas and Reno, and I did play at Gold Country Casino. I won more than I put in, and then I got greedy. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm on a roll, and then I lose. I'm like, oh my god, it made me sick. Like I just wasted money, so I can't. It just is not in me to waste money like that. I will go to a store and spend. Oh yeah,
but then you come out with stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, that's what she says. I've been with her to the Walmart, and she's like, should I get this extra paper towels? Do we really need that?
Okay, and stuff like that. That's like,
you know, I think I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna leave them here. I don't think you need them. Meanwhile, I'm like,
true.
does she know that I pissed away $200 on some stupid internet thing? God, she's agonizing over paper towels.
Well, lately, I've been having that voice in my head. You know, Eric probably just spent a whole bunch of money on something. Do it.
So
I'll upgrade my item.
You're supposed to be the counterbalance to his shitty spending, Kelly.
Yeah. So say I'm like at Walmart and I'm buying a towel. Instead of buying the 99-cent towel, I see the $1.05 and I'm just making up prices. There are no fucking towels for $1.05, but $1.05 and the $5 towel. I'll be like, oh, look at that $5 towel. It's so fluffy. Get it? And then I'll be like, oh god, afterwards.
Well, there are things where if you spend a little more, what you get lasts like
I know
infinitely longer.
I'm trying to learn that lesson because I'm so cheap that I know that certain things you gotta spend the more money on so they can last. Like the vacuum we have, it's definitely pricey. It's a Dyson, but I know that it's gonna last a long time, and I can take care of it. Don't buy the $20 one at Walmart just because you can have it. And it's going to die on you within like 6 months.
The problem is nowadays, though, they make things so disposable that even if you spend a lot of money on stuff, it may not last you as long as you would want it to. It happens a lot with furniture and shit like that. Like,
furniture's not something you want.
Ridiculous. Yeah. No, if you get something expensive, it doesn't mean that's going to last forever. You have to fucking,
that's right. Yeah.
You have to find something that's actually going to work for you. You have to find, because you're not going to find stuff that's really sturdy. Like people will think a Lazy Boy is amazing and stuff like that, but depending on what brand or what kind you get, just because it says Lazy Boy on the side does not mean that it's not built like shit. You know, you got to find something that's actually sturdy and stuff. So it's just like, I worked in furniture for a long fucking time and found good stuff and bad stuff in all the price ranges. So it's like, it's hard to tell nowadays, especially electronics. Who fucking knows, You spend fucking $600 on something and then it breaks, right after the warranty, and it should have lasted you 10 years. That kind of stuff would have lasted you a lot longer.
That does happen.
So
it's that is the case though. Like phones are kind of the disposable thing.
Yeah.
Where you can't, but like vacuum cleaners, I mean, like some of them last a long time and they have a good warranty. They have a good like pedigree, I guess. I mean, like I had a Dyson that fucking thing lasted forever, and I mean, I did not treat it very well. Yeah, not at all. And that's one of those things. But like sheets, if you buy like an expensiver thing of sheets, and you're not just like buying the two that's like 600 thread count, but what they did is they took 300 thread count sheets and sewed them together.
Actually, better quality material instead.
Yeah. And then you end up with sheets that last like forever. Same with like a bed. Sometimes like you gotta like research it a little bit because they all have like Posturepedic or some bullshit thing. And it's like, I don't know, what the fuck does this even mean?
Yeah.
And it's like one's like an old camp foam thing that's just gonna break down in a year, and the other one's like space foam that'll last 20 years. You just got to look into it. But I totally feel like I have done stuff like trade in the van for the little car, like the little bike, and then totally regretted it 5 minutes later.
You didn't redeem yourself, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh God. I have such a hard time with that.
Yeah.
Like I end up basically like paralyzed with, I'm just going to keep what I have. And that's what I'm going to do. I already got it. I know what it is because you know how people have a tendency to idealize like the other thing.
Yeah.
Especially me, I do it really bad where I'm like, oh, this is better and that's better. And then you totally forget about all the things that are worse.
Yeah.
Like that, for instance, oh, well, this bike gets 70 miles to the gallon. Like, that's really important. Oh my God, why? What? This is amazing. And then you get in the bike and you're like, wait a second, how the fuck are Steve and I going to get to the Rocky Mountains in this bike? It doesn't have a heater.
That would be hilarious. Well, we both know we don't need a heater. Come on, Eric.
No, I'd be like, Steve, we're going to stop and buy 2 bags of Oreos. By the time we get up there, I'll have gained 20 pounds and we'll be in good shape.
Oh, man. So Eric, you made
We're just standing there. I'm driving with my fucking shorts and a t-shirt on in the snow. Yeah. And Steve, you're just like hugging me like, you're fucking warm, dude. That's right, I am.
Warm. So warm.
Yeah. I'm a fucking polar bear, bitch.
So watching this, I remembered, and I didn't realize this just now. I realized it probably a year or so ago. When he says that he got rid of the bird, and he says he gave it to Billy, I thought the kid's name was Billion Forsey. I didn't realize his name was Billy in Forsey.
In Forsey, that's where he lives.
Like it didn't go together for me for so fucking long. It was like a year ago that I realized I'm a goddamn idiot and I don't know people's names. I was like, that is a weird fucking name, Billion.
At least Forsey's a last name.
Yeah. But Billion?
It sounds like one of Trump's kids' names.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. It took me a long fucking time to realize that I'm a goddamn idiot.
Billion Forsey.
Oh,
I
man.
like that.
Yeah. So, my fucking Dumb and Dumber confession there.
Harry, I took care of it.
I fucking taped the head on.
I don't know why. Okay, if the kid's blind, you obviously could feel. This is how you see, by feeling things. How could he not feel the tape? It's like feathery tape, feathery.
Lloyd just told him that he had a really fancy collar on.
For a neck
maybe.
brace.
Yeah.
You know what?
Maybe
He broke his neck. He's got a neck
Actually
brace
makes
on.
sense. I will buy that. I'll buy that. I won't buy the bird. I'll buy what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that kid hasn't fucked around with duct tape. I mean, that's definitely something blind people probably don't get to fuck around with very much. Duct tape. Oh, yeah. God, could you imagine trying to like tear a piece of like a strip of tape off being blind? That would be so hard. That should be a challenge on a game show is blindfold people and then have them tape a hole in a duct with duct tape. They would fuck it up so bad. It would be impossible.
What? You think so? Why? That sounds pretty easy.
I think they would find the hole really easy because they'd be able to feel it. Like, you know, their other senses are heightened. They'd be able to feel the air coming out a lot better.
Heighten instantly. And besides, no, I'm talking about just, okay, we've all done this move, right? You get the tape out and you rip it and then the tape sticks itself together.
Yeah.
There's no way blindfolded that would not just happen every fucking time. When you have plain vision, you can't do it. It's impossible. You'd basically have to like know.
I always have to tear your duct tape for you.
Yeah, mine just it's like a magnet. It's like zero. Fuck you. It even uses that Spanish accent.
There was a Spanish accent in there?
Spaniard motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I was, Steve.
Okay. Oh man.
The duct tape just sticks itself together, and he's like, what's his name? Zorro. Makes a fucking Zorro. Like you unfold and it says Zorro, and I'm like, God damn, Zorro.
It's cutting his name into the tape?
Yeah, he's the spirit of Zorro is in my duct tape.
Okay. All right.
Stuck itself together.
That's weird.
Fucking son of a bitch.
So okay, guys don't normally get pampered. Have you guys ever got pampered like Harry and Lloyd?
What, treat yourself? No.
Yeah, you never treated yourself. Never got a pedicure. Never took a saw or a sander to the
nope.
nails.
That scene is still the part that I have to look away from.
I had nails like that.
That is
oh my
so
God,
horrible.
I could be Sabretooth.
Every time that comes on, I'm like, I can't watch that. It's so bad.
You could climb a tree with claws like that.
Yeah, I don't know how he wears shoes. It would be ridiculous. Like he'd have to have like holes cut into his shoes to fit those gross ass fucking toenails.
I don't know. Ask how do Oregonians do
it?
it?
Too long, you know, it hurts their toes. Not let alone can't fit into them.
Just like Khajiit, they wear like stuff over the top of their feet.
Second. Lloyd is part Argonian. That explains why he's so stupid. We got it. He's a dirty,
fucking filthy
scale
tail.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I love how they played Pretty Woman during that though. Like the music in it it's really great. Like
yes, it is.
I own the soundtrack. Like I was on a big kick. 10 years ago, I don't know, to buy a whole bunch of soundtracks. And I'm like, okay, what are my favorite movies? Do they have decent music? If so, I'm buying the soundtrack. So it's the weirdest soundtrack I have.
The Dumb and Dumber one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it is weird.
I think right now, if I bought it, the fucking weirdest soundtrack I would have is the Deadpool 2 one. Because you've got like fucking some like weird classical music, you've got Dolly Parton, then you got some like heavy metal rock music, and then you got some operatic part later on.
It sounds really cool. I might actually like that. I like a wide spectrum of stuff.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 movie is really good. So
yeah, we were gonna see it, and then I was like, I'm having too good of a time watching TV, laying on the bed with Kelly.
You'd have to leave the house and fuck that.
Yeah, and the movie theater that we go to is pretty much across the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's literally like a 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
We could probably walk there with almost no trouble.
Yeah,
it's just I.
There's a whole putting on clothes thing, you know, because you don't wear pants at home, and you got to put them on to be
presentable.
Right.
I just like hanging out with Kelly. I don't know. I guess I've gotten to that age.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Kelly and then hanging out with her.
I'd rather just hang out with Kelly at home than go out and fucking look at all these people.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh, I'm a person driving a car. And I don't even know any fucking thing. I'm just here.
I also watched Solo, and that was just all right. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't bad. So
would it have been good with Chris Pratt as Han Solo?
It could have been. It would have been funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the guy capture Han Solo's spirit?
No, not really. He does some of the stuff where he's like trying to fast talk his way out of shit, you know, like he does with like Harrison Ford does, you know, with Jabba, and in Force Awakens where he's, you know, trying to talk the gangs out of killing him, stuff like that. So he does some of that stuff, but it's not. It just doesn't feel like Harrison Ford to me. It doesn't feel like Han Solo. So
it'd be like Winston trying to do Eddie Murphy's stuff that he does in Beverly Hills Cop, where he just talks people into ridiculous shit, and you're like, this is weak. I mean, I almost think Jack Black would have been a better choice.
He just wouldn't have looked the part at all, though. Like, this kid doesn't look the part, but he wouldn't have looked the part at all.
I know, but you could see him like fast talking somebody into it for sure.
And I wasn't a fan of Woody Harrelson. I thought he was meh. So he was just playing Woody Harrelson, really. So, but
you know what's funny? My version of Woody Harrelson is the guy from Cheers.
Yeah, he wasn't playing that guy.
I realize that.
Yeah, he's playing nowadays Woody Harrelson, where he's just kind of an asshole, kind of same thing he plays in a lot of the movies he's in now.
So he's a Zombieland guy, but in the future.
Yeah, kind of. So
yeah. Why do they do that?
I don't know. Will Smith does it all the time too, though. He plays Will Smith. He doesn't really play.
But he's entertaining to watch.
Sometimes, I mean, you know, like that was just that's kind of the issue I had with Bright, was he was just playing Will Smith. So
I thought it was fine. I mean, you know, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I liked Bright, but it was just Will Smith playing Will Smith kind of thing. So
I think a lot of.
Go ahead.
Oh, I've got like a long thing to say. Go ahead.
Oh, just real quick. Maybe if you have like a big personality, it's hard to take that away from the character you're playing. Yeah. So it's not necessarily like you're playing Will Smith. It's just, this is your personality. It's pretty big, and then you have to kind of tone it down. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're talking about. You see him as Will Smith because he's just kind of boisterous dude. Like that's who he is. Kind of, you're just like, it's hard to separate him from the person you see in a lot of the other stuff. Kind of hard to see him as a different character. kind of thing. Yeah.
I don't really think that's exactly the case. I think a lot of it is like, so Will Smith started out playing Will Smith in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
And he's played Will Smith in every single thing he's ever done. And he's an entertaining fella to watch. Okay.
Yeah.
A comparison to that is Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks started out playing Tom Hanks. He played Tom Hanks in The Burbs. He played Tom Hanks in that other movie with the dog, Turner and Hooch. He played Tom Hanks in Joe Volcano. But then as he got older, he was not playing Tom Hanks in Castaway. He was playing the guy in Castaway.
Yeah.
He actually figured out how to act. Or somebody said, hey, are you going to fucking act here? Or are you just going to do Tom Hanks? And that's kind of the difference. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, has played Arnold Schwarzenegger in a lot of stuff, but he's also had a few movies where he's like actually acting and it's good. It's like, that's part of why, like, I think Ronda Rousey, is going to actually have to learn how to act because she's not entertaining to watch just doing her own thing. It's like Eddie Murphy. That guy, he could just do the Eddie Murphy fucking routine that he does in all of his movies of that era, but he had a little bit of acting to go along with it. Like Coming to America versus like a few years later or before, I'm not sure which one, where he does Trading Places. They're kind of the same, but there's enough difference where you're like, those are two different people. They're just similar.
Yeah.
Whereas Will Smith, I mean, try and name a movie where it doesn't play Will Smith. I mean, every movie, he's the same fucking guy. Like Bad Boys, the movie where he's, trying to not be as scared. And then
Men in Black.
Yeah, Men in Black. I mean, he's all the same thing. Tommy Lee Jones is another guy who basically just plays himself.
Yeah. And but his character has changed over the years because he's gotten older and he's just playing an older version of himself later on. The further and he gets older and meaner kind of thing. So, yeah.
Like Al Pacino.
Yeah.
His accents just change as he gets older. His mannerisms, he's just like, he does Serpico and then he turns into like the devil's advocate guy. And you can tell it's just Al Pacino, but they're just different.
Yeah.
And he just is because he kind of evolved his character as he went. But I mean, there are some guys who are really good character actors, and you're like, that's the same fucking guy. I think Mike Myers is actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
He's a really convincing actor with some of the stuff he's in. I mean, Austin Powers and then fucking Wayne from Wayne's World. Those guys aren't the same, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that.
Yeah, I wish he was in more stuff. He just doesn't. I think he's hard. I think I've heard he's hard to work with is the problem. So,
well, I heard an interview with him where he was talking about that, and like, so in Wayne's World, he made humongous stinks about the music in the movie and where they put it. And Wayne's World 1 is a great movie. It's actually going to be my next week's choice. If you listen to Wayne's World 2, he did not. He was like, well, everybody's had a big fit. I'm just going to leave this alone. And the music, it's like watching a movie from a different dimension.
Yeah.
It's like watching Ball Fondlers. You're like, what this is so weird. Like the music transitions are different. Like everything the whole feeling of the movie is worse.
Yeah.
And that's because of that, it's like Steve Jobs, like tight grip on the iPhone. The second he dies, it goes to shit. Or it's worse.
Yeah. You were going to say something, Colin?
I would say, no matter what type of music you listen to, there's always some kind of emotion or feeling that you're getting from it, and that's a big part of movies and TV shows. That's like why I wasn't connecting partially, not all the way, to Running Man last week.
Yeah,
it's just like I can't relate to any of this because that's why you like things anyways, because you can relate to it, and so pretty much.
That's why my favorite Grand Theft Auto game is Grand Theft Auto Vice City, because it has amazing fucking music.
Dude, that's yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I totally agree with that.
It has just the best 80s music that you're going to find on anything. Like, I bought the fucking soundtrack. I don't have it anymore, but I bought the soundtrack because it has had all kinds of awesome 80s hair band songs and shit like that were, just really iconic for that that time period and stuff you see in movies and shit now, and or even when the ones that were made in the 80s kind of stuff. So it was just I don't know, I like driving. It was weird because I like driving down you know, it's real fucked up. You driving down the fucking, you know, the main road and just just destroying people while listening to fucking Flock of Seagulls. So, because it's just, I don't know, it was really, really well done. So I think that would be the issue of like if they remade Vice City, because they probably wouldn't have the rights to the music. So.
Yeah, that would be terrible if they didn't just include the same music. Could you imagine that? I can't. That'd be awful.
Yeah. We don't have you. Yeah. So it's just I don't know. This one has some pretty decent music too. Fucking, you know, they're not going to play the radio, but they're going to sing Mockingbird. Come on. Fucking ridiculous.
Well, I got to say though, the red right hand part, where, you know, it just reminds me of Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
And I keep going like, wait, where the fuck is that guy on the horse?
Yeah.
No, Erik, this isn't the same movie, idiot.
Well, when you first turned on Peaky Blinders, I'm like, oh, you're flashing Dumb. But why? I'm like, I can't see anything but Dumb and Dumber. I'm like, why is the song even on this? And I think that's part of the reason why I can't get into it, even though I've only gave it this much of a chance. Because it's playing a Dumb and Dumber song. That's their theme song.
Man, Peaky
good
Blinders
show,
is so fucking good. Such a great show. Fucking
Kelly, it's got your ancestors in it. Criminal Irish people.
Hey. Well, actually, maybe. No, I do want to watch it. It's just off-putting to hear a Dumb and Dumber song on a show like that. I'm not saying it's a bad show.
Definitely a bunch of my ancestors. I mean, shit. I don't even have to have ancestors to have a bunch of criminals in my fucking family.
Oh, I've seen so many Steve ancestors in that. You just watch them in the back shoveling coal.
That's right.
Beating on shit. It's like, that's a Burnett right there. And then on occasion, you see one that's leaning, real skinny guy. He's leaning on a fucking thing smoking. Like, there's a Burnett right there too.
Yep.
Those are the two styles they got. They got the Steve and the Ricky.
That's the only way we come, huh?
Yep, that's it.
Oh man. What rating did you guys give this?
Definitely 5 stars. This is, I think I've seen this I think I still laugh at this movie, and it's, you know how you watch a movie enough times and you're like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like visiting a family member.
It's comforting.
Yeah, that's what this movie is. I mean, nothing's like fucked up. There's no. It's like, you know, a lot of the Pixar movies do this thing where they, in the first 10 minutes, they make you cry, and then I never want to fucking see the movie again. So I was thinking to myself, this was a real thing. I thought, you know what? I should just make some Erik edits of the Pixar movies so they're good to watch. Like, if you watch Up without the bullshit of the guy's wife dying, the worst part is if it was a woman and it was the guy dying, I wouldn't even give a shit. I'd be like, idiot. What did you think was going to happen? Hey, he's over there eating fucking all kinds of shit. Of course he's going to die first. That's what men do. They die first. You know? That wouldn't have bothered me. But, oh, no, the woman dies. It's like, that's sad. You know, that guy's probably never opened up to another person his whole life.
Yeah.
He's not like Linda Belcher, who's got, you know, her best friend on the phone every 10 seconds. Oh, my God, her dog died in a really funny way.
It was her cat.
Oh, yeah. Could have been the dog.
What about you, Kelly?
I, of course, gave this movie 5 stars. Yeah. Love it. No, I'm sorry. I don't love it. I like it a lot.
And I also gave this 5 stars.
Oh my God, this is the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, it probably would have got like a 2 from Ricky and maybe a 1.5 from Jason. So, you know.
Or, you know what? I think Jason, right? Never mind. Not going to say it.
Oh, man. All right. So next week's movie is Erik's choice. What are you going to choose?
Wayne's World.
Okay.
Party time. Excellent.
Nice, Kelly.
It's a dream sequence.
Oh man. All right. So Wayne's World sounds good. Haven't watched that yet. Guess have anything
another
else?
one where I get to see all the lines from.
Guess anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Okay.
This was a good movie.
It's a fucking great movie.
Whoever did the casting for this movie is probably the guy doing the casting for, or the woman doing the casting for the Marvel action movies.
Just fucking nailing it.
I mean, if you read the trivia on this, you see some stars that you're like, he was not supposed to be, but he tried out for audition. That's the word. For Harry or Lloyd, like Steve Martin, and one of them was the guy from literally. He's in the next movie. Rob Lowe.
Oh, okay.
Rob Lowe tried out for one of the guys.
That just wouldn't have worked. It would have been
No,
I mean, this was like prime Jim Carrey goofball time too. So
this was,
I think
for sure.
Like,
Jeff Daniels, talk about a guy who can actually act and doesn't get fucking credit at all for it.
Yeah.
Because what was he doing at this time? Let's see, it was 94. So he was in
Did
Speed.
like arachnophobia and shit.
Yeah, he was in Arachnophobia. He was in Speed.
At this time, was hardly anything, I think, other than the Speed was like, what, 95?
94 was Speed. He was in Gettysburg.
Okay.
That was a fucking depressing movie.
It's a Civil War, of course it is. Hey guys, let's decide we're gonna secede from the Union. That's a genius plan.
So yeah, no, and he goes from all that stuff into being Harry Dunn and just fucking nailing it. Just great. So
Well, I mean, I seen this interview he did with Conan O'Brien. He like Jim Carrey just kind of showed up, and they said the casting person or whoever just seen their natural chemistry that they have and said, you know what, we're just gonna go with this guy. And I think he might have even gotten flack for it at first.
Yeah.
And then they produced this masterpiece because they wanted to have another comedian, but that would have been weird. They would have been like trying to outdo each other, and it just would have got ridiculous. And I think Jeff Daniels kind of kept it real, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you've got Lloyd, who obviously there's no way that Lloyd could survive in the real world by himself. There's just no possible way. He is that dumb. And Harry is just a little bit smarter than he is. So he's just enough where he can survive. Ways. Yeah.
That's why I like it, is because they're both equally stupid. They're just dumber in different things. Yeah. Like Lloyd can't read. Yeah. But I mean, so he goes like, what if he shot you in the face?
Yeah. That was a risk we were willing to take.
Oh, man. Fucking reading the map. According to this map, we've only gone 4 inches. I don't know if we have enough gas.
Yeah. That reminds me of a certain story when we're in Texas and there's an off ramp. And we've got Kelly and Jason in the front seat, and Kelly's driving, and Jason's like, yeah, just do that. And then they do the same thing again. And then maybe one more time. And I wake up and I'm like, what are you doing? Just get over there. That's not what the map. Yes, it is. Just do it. Trust me. And Kelly's like, okay. Oh, I think we went the right way this time.
If nobody spoke up, we would still be driving in that circle.
Yeah, we would.
2 years later.
Around Dallas, I think, is where it was, too. Because we were trying to get around some city where there were tolls through it, and we didn't want to take the tolls. So
we didn't want to pay that stinking troll toll.
No troll tolls for us. We're not getting into that boys hole.
No. That was like I think that was the first time I even fell asleep during the whole trip. I think I'd been awake for like 40-something hours, and I'm like, all right, they can handle driving through Texas. It's flat and it's straight. It'll be fine. I wake up and we're driving circles around a town for a fucking hour.
Hey, I only went what I was told to do.
That's what the Nazis said.
Oh, man. At least the Nazis found London. I mean,
no shit. They're just, wouldn't that have been a fucking completely different war? They've just built like a train that they're just in, and they're just going around circle around fucking Germany. Like, what the fuck? We can't get to England. What the hell is going on? Well, I just went where he told me to. They all say that. Like, who's reading the map? It's fucking Lloyd Christmas. I think we've only won an inch, guys.
All right, guys. I think that's going to be it, though. Talk to you next week as we watch Wayne's World. Forgot what
Party
it was.
time.
Excellent. Let's put this thing up. Where is it at? There it is. Put that up. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. Make sure you like and subscribe, youtube.com/DeathByLikePresents, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turkadur, and twitch.tv/TurkadurPlays. You can follow us on Twitter at hapgaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turkadur. You can follow Eric on Twitter at
Quick and Severe.
You can follow Kelly on Twitter at
Sugar Snuggles.
You can follow Jason on Twitter at Unbelievable1 and Ricky on Twitter at Furry Twitterballs with no E in the Twitter. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hapgaming.com. Send us emails, suggestions on what we should watch, suggestions on what we should play, all that stuff, or just comments. You can also comment on the YouTube channel and on Twitch channel. So I don't know if there's comments on Twitch, but whatever. Comment on the YouTube channel for sure. Kelly and I try to keep up on that as much as we can. So what else? You can download the podcast on iTunes, Google Play Store, and Stitcher. Just look for 2.5 stars. And check us out on Thursdays. We stream some kind of video game starting at 7 o'clock and go until 9 o'clock on youtube.com/ Death by Like Presents, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, and mixer.com/TurkadurPlays. Nope, mixer.com/Turkadur, twitch.tv/TurkadurPlays. Sorry. All of this stuff is in the descriptions on youtube.com/Death by Like Presents. So just look at the description. You can also go over and subscribe to us on twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure. We are Twitch affiliates. If you subscribe with Twitch Prime, that will give us a little bit of money there, help us host podcasts and pay for games and other stuff that we need for doing all this stuff. And you can donate. There's some links in the description on youtube.com/DeathByLikePresents. I think that's it, though. We'll talk to you guys next week. And there's Luna. Say hi, Luna.
Yeah, she's saying hi. She's
Oh my
being
God,
very
every
quiet.
time.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't jump on my lap. Don't make me go knocking things over like I usually do.
So, yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week, though.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.